Merry Christmas and happy holidays to my On Time Gang family. Today I'm coming to you guys with a beautiful holiday look. You guys can also do this on New Year's, for your birthday as well. And you will never guess how much this entire look cost me. Honestly, doing the math, I think it cost me either 60 bucks or less because a lot of the makeup I got from Fashion Nova's $1 sale during their Black Friday. So Boxing Day, make sure you guys grab any of that if you like anything that I'm doing right now. I'm super excited to bring this look for you guys. It came out stunning. I look like a walking filter. Like look at that. Eats down, honey. And I honestly slayed this entire look. If you're interested in seeing how I did everything in full detail, please stay tuned for this video.
Love it when I make you mad, but maybe we just love like that. Yeah, maybe we just love like that.
Alright, so get your pen and paper ready to go. Let's start this off. So to begin, I'm going to start with this e.l.f. moisturizer for my face. I actually got this for free from their insider program, and it's very similar to the Milk moisturizer. So you're going to go ahead and rub that into your skin as best as possible. This is also really good, hydrating, even if you have dry skin, combination, or anything like that. Oily skin people, I have oily skin, so if this works for me, I promise you it's going to work for you as well. Next, I'm going to go ahead with the e.l.f. Grip Primer. You only need a dime size, not too much. And I'm going to go ahead and press that into your skin. This helps to make it very sticky. So when you're putting on any foundation or anything like that, it's going to stick to your skin perfectly. Now, we're not using any foundation in this routine. I'm going to be doing concealer only, and I'm still going to achieve full coverage. But you see how I'm pressing into my skin, it's creating that sticky barrier. That's exactly what you want to do. Next, I'm going to go ahead with this gel eye and lip liner that I got from the hair store for literally $1.99. The consistency is very similar to like a gel eyebrow liner that you can get from Anastasia Beverly Hills. But y'all, this $1.99 was well spent. All I'm doing is underlining underneath my eyebrow. I'm going to go ahead and on the other side and do the exact same thing and then blend it out afterwards. Now, I know there's been a trend of people using Got2b to blend their eyebrows, but I personally don't really like that technique. I just like doing it the old school way. So this is what I do to blend out my eyebrows nicely. So going out my first concealer from LA Girl, this is in the color Espresso. Now, if I don't list the color out loud when I'm talking, I'm going to go ahead and link it down below. And this is just to clean up my eyebrows because I made a mistake going in. They look a little bit crazy here. So I'm just going to go ahead and fix it with this concealer. Espresso is the closest one to my skin tone. And for reference, I use Double Wear from Estee Lauder in the color Sandalwood and color 330 from Maybelline. Next, I'm going to base my lids with this Juvia's Place primer, and I'm going to be using this round brush that I got here from Temu. Honestly, they're the best brushes, to be honest with you, and they're very affordable. So I'm going to use that to base my eyes before I put on my eyeshadow. Now, in saying that you do not need a lot, it's very pigmented. I low-key still use a lot and too much, but this is why I use this brush, because it's big enough to blend it outwards. And it's okay if you make a mistake, you can always correct it. So here I'm just blending it out as much as possible, and like I said, it's a primer anyway, so it's okay if it gets a little messy. I'm gonna go back in with my concealer in the color Espresso, and I'm just gonna clean up along my eyes right here, just like so. And look at that, it's like I didn't even make a mistake at all. So it's okay, guys. Again, makeup practice makes perfect. Take your time, you don't need to rush. This is me basically doing this almost in real time, so you can see how long I'm doing everything, the strokes that I'm using, and again, practice makes perfect. Next, I'm using my basic palette from Maven. Now, this is another thing that I did get from the Fashion Nova $1 makeup sale. And guys, this is a great palette if you want to do smoky eyes and stuff like that. I am going in with my bigger brush at the same time to use this and blend it out nicely. Now, I found when I was going into the creasing on my eyes, it was a little bit too large and I want to mess it up. So I grabbed my Dollar Tree little sponge old school way just to get into the corners there, just so I didn't mess up any of the makeup. After I was done with the achieved look that I wanted to do, I went back again with that larger brush that I had just to blend it out smoothly. And again, guys, dab it out, smooth it out, take your time. Again, circular motion, blending in your creasing area. Try to avoid your eyelid itself. You want to keep that as white as possible because you want it to be lighter. We're going to do like a nice little cut crease with this look. But again, just blend out nicely with this dark brown shade that I'm using along my eyes.
Now breathe your hand. You only can rescue me. This is my breath.
Now here I have my second concealer, and it's in this pinky color from the LA Girl. Now technically speaking, I think this pink is usually a color corrector, but I like it as a concealer in general. And I'm just going to use this to press into my eyelid here just to create a better and more defined cut crease look. And I'm going ahead with this flat brush that I'm using. Now this brush, I'm using this for my concealer in every part of my face. So when I'm doing my contouring step, when I'm going to do my lips and stuff like that, I'm using this exact same brush. So this entire technique I'm doing, I believe I only used about 3 or 4 brushes. So again, this look is very affordable, especially if you're just starting, you're not sure what you want to use, or if you're on a tight budget, but you still want to slay the holiday or your birthday or whatever it is. Guys, the brushes I use, I didn't use that many, and I achieved such a beautiful, phenomenal look. That I'm gonna go ahead with my e.l.f. truffle palette. I got this palette for only $3 during their Black Friday sale, and that's because they had like extra 30% off on their insider. And I'm just gonna go ahead in that middle part of my eyes, and I'm just in the center of my eyelid, and that's just gonna create a smoother transition between the darker brown color that I use as well as the concealer as well. And again, you see how I'm dabbing it in gently. You guys can layer as much as you need to achieve your desired look. But again, just take your time when you're doing things, and it will create such a dynamic look. But be patient with yourself. You know, everyone's a beginner at some point in time, when we perfect our skills as we go, but you gotta practice when it comes to eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to be using my Super Shock Glitter from ColourPop, and I think this is only like $8 on their website. It comes in so many different colors, and I have it in silver and I use a gold. I'm using this gold for this look because there's some red in there, and it is Christmas time, so why not bring out some beautiful gold hints that I already have on with my accessories. And I'm just dabbing in the middle where I put the e.l.f. eyeshadow, and then I'm also going to go ahead into my crease as well, just to make it a little bit more glittery in those areas. When I'm blinking, you know, you got some sparkle going on, and I just feel like this creates the perfect holiday look when you have some glitter on there. And again, it's just a little bit here and there, and it's going to make your eyelids look so pretty, especially when you're blinking. You can see that from across the room, honey, and that's what you want when you're doing your makeup. You want people to look at you from across the hall and say, hey, who did your makeup? You can be like, hey, that was me that did that. I learned from YouTube. But yeah, just put a little bit in your little crease there. And again, take your time dabbing it in. This is also very pigmented, so you do not need to put too much. If you put too much, it's gonna go all over the place, so please take your time. I'm using the back of my brush to apply this to my eyelid as well. You don't need to get a totally different brush to do this. Again, just use whatever it is that you have, because we're trying to make this as affordable and as efficient and effective as possible.
You do something to make me smile, and it's hard for me to try to doubt this feeling. Yeah, we could just walk away. Yeah, we could just stay away.
And then sit back and admire what you're doing, honey, because makeup is hard to do. And as you're learning, you gotta admire the stuff that you are doing, because who is that? That's me. Next, I'm gonna use my 2 concealers together, and I'm just gonna put them on my eyelash holder, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna put it on there so I can blend out my 2 concealers together. And I'm gonna do this to highlight underneath my eyebrows. Now, while I was doing this, as you can see, I messed it up and I put it in my eyeshadow by accident. So I went back in with my eyeshadow. I'm just going to speed up this process here, because I went back with my eyeshadow from before and I just blended it out one more time so that it was fixed properly. Because again, sometimes we make mistakes, and that is okay. There's always ways to fix it, but be patient with yourself. Make sure you're looking at all those little small details to fix it. You can highlight your eyebrows at whatever stage you want to. I like doing it after my eyeshadow personally, but I mean, it was very easy to fix, and I went back in with my glitter again. Next, this is a trick that I do to keep my makeup on all day long. I'm using the e.l.f. setting spray and the coconut scent on my face, and then I'm going to use the Espresso concealer as like my foundation per se, and I'm just going to apply that to my face right now. This is going to make my makeup stay on literally all day long, and it's going to make it honestly completely sweat proof. I do have oily skin, and it's very noticeable throughout the day. Like, I get shiny all over the place. So when I'm doing this technique, it helps to avoid all of that. Then I'm gonna go ahead with my foundation brush. This is also from Temu. If it's not, it's from AliExpress, to be honest with you. But anyways, I blend it out properly all over my face, and look at the coverage. Do not sleep on LA Girl's concealer, guys. Like, it's covering what it needs to cover. And the concealer for Canada, I know it's $5.99 at the hair store. In the States, I don't know where you guys can find it, but I do know even Pretty Little Things sells them for like $3.99, so you can honestly find this anywhere. But look at that. Coverage is honestly perfect. And if you want to do a no foundation look, you only have to apply it in the areas where you have certain flaws and just blend it out smoothly. Again, take your time. Patience is key. Blend out towards the neck. Make sure you're blending out towards your hairline as well. But yeah, look at that. Perfect. So next we have our contouring stage. I'm going to go ahead with the pinky concealer that I got from LA Girl. And we're going to go ahead and highlight just underneath our eyes and our cheekbone area. We're going to also go ahead and do our Cupid's bow. We're going to go underneath our lips as well, in the middle of our forehead, and along the brim of our nose into the center as well.
It was about 5 minutes ago when I seen her how to shake.
Next, I'm using my triangle to blend this out, and I chose to use a triangle only because I'm also going to be using a bunch of powders as well, and I wanted to make this as affordable as possible. I know a lot of people are going to tell you guys to use like a beauty sponge and get another brush and stuff like that, but I do understand for a lot of people financially it's kind of difficult out there to acquire all of these things just to put on your makeup. So I tried to again use as little tools as possible, but to still achieve a full glam look. We're going to go ahead and continue blending out upwards towards our eye and cheek area here. I'm also going to blend out towards my nose. We already went ahead and blended out our Cupid's bow area and the middle of our forehead as well in this stage.
Now so they grab hold of my hand and let's pretend the flow was ours. You say you don't really dance. Don't worry about it, just one step. Now if the music is moving too fast, slide my head a little tighter. Don't be afraid to move a little closer. Girl, there's something about you that makes me wanna say excuse me, and I gotta admit that you got my attention. You're making.
Next, I have the translucent powder from Mercier, and you guys were like, girl, that's expensive. Nope, $14.99, and I'm sure you guys can find that at TJ Maxx. In Canada, I found this at Winners for $14.99. If you go to Sephora to grab this, I think in Canada it's about $34 plus tax. I didn't have to pay that, so God is good all the time. Now I'm just going ahead and setting my face with this powder right now. You're going to be setting in all the areas where you placed your concealer. So this would be your Cupid's bow, underneath your lips, in the middle of your forehead, along your nose. We're going to go into our eye corners just here and then up towards our cheek just along that area. So anywhere concealer is, you're going to set that right now.
So many things I want to tell you. I think that I should start by saying,
that, we're gonna go ahead with our Juvia's Place bronzer palette in volume color 4, I believe, which is dark, and you're just gonna go ahead and put some warmth back into your face. Y'all, this bronzer is like the best bronzer on the market. Okay, I love this. I use it in many of my tutorials as well. My friends also use it too. Y'all, it looks perfect. Look at that. Warm up your face wonderfully. Again, go ahead and go along your cheekbones there. You're gonna go along your forehead as well, your hairline, sorry, and then you're also gonna go along the bottom of your chin as well. And think of the number 3. Go on like a 3 shape along the side of your face. Perfect. Next, I'm gonna seal in all my setting powder and concealer with this foundation powder that I got from the hair store. This is $5.99 if you want to purchase this. It's very similar to the MAC Super Fix, which I've seen a lot of makeup artists on YouTube use this to seal in all their makeup. And you're just gonna go ahead and press into your face just like I'm doing, like so. Go ahead and dab that in slowly, and it creates like a beautiful like honey look. That's actually the color I'm using right now, honey. And look how pretty it looks on my face. It just seals everything in perfectly. It gives it honestly a photo finish, and I think that's the important part about this stage. If you want that photo finish true makeup artist look, this step right here, do not skip it, and it's gonna make everything look so perfect.
You tell me that it's not about the way I sing, then you question me for why I'm even questioning. Cause I know it ain't the power or the might, but the spirit. The soul is gonna know the truth every time I hear it, and I can't command my own name, cause that's an interference. It'll take it from a home game. They're trying to sell tickets, and if ain't nobody showing up, it's really what you're fearing, and your heart is in the wrong place. Who is it you're hearing? Say all to Jesus.
I'm just gonna go back in with my Mercier here, and I'm going underneath where I put my bronzer on my cheeks just to set the bottom of my face as well. Now creating a line just like that for our contouring, and look at that, we're just gonna seal it in nicely. It's gonna create such a beautiful look. And like I said, if you want photo finish makeup, make sure you're doing all the contouring steps and stuff properly in the right areas of your face, and making sure that you're also blending it out as best as possible. You can blend this out with a brush. I'm just gonna be using a triangle just right here, and I'm just dabbing it in nicely. And look at my cheek, look at that. It makes it look snatched, okay? Makes your face look snatched.
This is my bread.
And to make sure I'm not looking ashy, I'm going with my same bronzer brush that I use and just nicely dabbing along my face as well, just to blend it out smoothly. Just so I felt like it was picking up a little gray and I didn't like that. But just going ahead and sealing in everything else with that same brush I used on my bronzer. And look at that, it creates such a flawless look. Next, I'm going to seal everything back in once again with my e.l.f. coconut spray that I use, and I'm going to pull out my fan that I got here. You can get these fans honestly anywhere online. I got this from Kitchen Plus in Canada, and it was on sale for like $6.99 or something like that. It's very similar to the Dyson fan. Next, we have our blush coming from Maven in this beautiful orchid color. I got this also for $1. That brush I'm using is gonna be from Temu, and it came in a pack of like 7 or 8, and I got that for only $3. So run over there if you have to. I'll try to link it down below for you guys as well. And make sure you're gonna go ahead and smile. One thing I love about this blush, it's gonna make it look like you're blushing quite literally all day long. You could be frowning, and look at my cheeks. Beautiful and rosy, and I like that this orchid color is not overwhelming. I know people use purple and they get a little scared. They're like, yeah, purple blush? Nah, pink. But honestly guys, look how nice this looks. Super pretty. And again, for the holiday season, you want to make sure your makeup looks standout-ish. I love this. Next, I'm going back in with my Mercier, and that's because I like when underneath my eye is very highlighted and it looks very pretty. So I went back in with my Mercier just to blend it upwards to create a striking look. You can do this step if you want to. You can also skip it. But again, I like this guy, like full coverage. And I like when it looks like I'm actually wearing makeup, especially when I took my time to do it. I want people to compliment the fact that I got makeup on. And as I said, dolls, take a second and admire your work, because look at that. Step back for a minute. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I shot myself. That looks so good. Now with that same brow liner that I use, I'm going to use it amongst my lips as well to line my lips perfectly. So it is in this dark brown color. When I'm done putting this on, I actually use my flat brush that I use on my concealer, wipe it off, and I use that to blend out my lips liner that I'm going to be using.
You got 24 seconds, can you beat the shot? Put you waiting on look daddy, I ain't got that much time. You seem anxious, you seem adamant, but you ain't pressed my line. Wondering why? No, you ain't shy. I'ma say bye, but I know I won't think twice. Better let go of your pride. No, now, just do it now.
Now instead instead of using lipstick, I am going to be using the pink concealer to put on in the middle of my lips. And I'm just blending it out with that same brush that I've been using this whole time. And this creates that beautiful full lip look. Look at that. Look at that. Smack your lips together. Blend it out nicely with that brush. It looks so stunning. After that, I'm going to use this lip plumper from e.l.f. and this is only $4 and it's in this peach color. I'm just going ahead and overlining the areas where I did put the concealer. Now in this moment, I realized that my lips look a little bit too pale for my liking. So I grabbed my concealer in the toffee color and I just blended over top to create a nice blended look, and I think that looks so much better instead. Then I ended up grabbing my Juvia's Place lip gloss, and this is in the color Brown Sugar, and I'm just lining my lips one more time because I like when my lips look super buttery and glossy, and you'll see a lot of the girlies using more than one lip gloss as well. But again, guys, look how nice that looks. Stunning. I realized I wanted a little bit more of a dramatic effect on my lips, so I grabbed my brow lippy from the hair store. This is only $2.99, and in the States, you guys can get this for $1.99 as well. Next, I'm using my e.l.f. mascara, and I also got this for free during my last haul, and that's because I spent a minimum of $50. So run to e.l.f., don't walk. If you want some free makeup stuff, that is the perfect place to grab your little essentials from. And I'm just going ahead and I'm curling out my lashes with my mascara. Next, I'm just going to pinch my brush here that I'm using, and I figured I want more of a striking look when it comes to my eyes, so I used the black color from my e.l.f. palette just to go ahead underneath my eyes. You can also use mascara for this step if you want to, but honestly, I realized eyeshadow works a little bit better when I want that smoky under eye effect. And look at that, I feel like it creates more of a striking, dynamic look when you're adding black to underneath your eyes.
Need no one else, you're all I need. Personality, everything you do makes me love everything about you. Your smile, your style is so fly, I can't deny. I got a crush on you, and that's true indeed. And I'm digging you, you make me believe that your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling.
And as you go, remember these are a lot of steps, but step back, admire yourself, and say, who is that girl? That girl is you, honey. And make sure you take your time following all these little tips and tricks that I'm showing you guys, because I got so much confidence in my makeup today. I'm going to use my ColourPop glitter once again, because I realized I kind of wanted something underneath my eyes one more time. So I'm using the back of my pencil once again, just to put it in the little corners of my eyes.
Let it fall. We want it all.
Now I'm using my eyelash curler that I got from Temu. You probably saw it in my last haul, and I'm curling up these eyelashes that I got from AliExpress. When you use an eyelash curler on your lashes, it makes them look more like you got individual lashes done. So when I take it out, guys, look at this. It's gonna look like the decurl eyelashes. Look how full and pretty they look when they're sitting upwards. So make sure you're using an eyelash curler for your eyelashes. I'll show you the technique one more time with how I do this, how I insert it properly. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then when you take it back out again, like I said, it's gonna look like you're doing false eyelashes, like individual lashes. And I love this step right here. It makes a big difference when I'm putting on my eyelashes. It doesn't make it look like it's sticking out awkwardly. It curls up nicely. I use hair stir glue personally when I'm putting on my lashes. And I also use tweezers when I'm sticking them onwards. And the reason why I use tweezers is because sometimes our fingers kind of slip. So I want to make sure when I'm applying this to my eyes, it sits up as perfect as possible. So after I go ahead and stick it in the glue, I use the side and I wipe it off so it's not going to go all over my eyelids, especially when we took our time to do all that eyeshadow. Then I go ahead and stick it on, hold it in my tweezers, and then I flip it upwards, and then I go ahead and follow along my lashes and I stick it nicely. You can use your fingers to hold one side and then grab the tweezers and then stick it on the other side. When you're putting on your eyelashes, guys, especially a strip, take your time, because if you go too fast, your glue's gonna go all over the place. It might not stick properly and it get really chaotic when it comes to your lashes. So please go ahead and do baby steps. Again, this is real time, so you're gonna see me put on my lashes. I believe it takes about 2 minutes for me to stick these on, but the reason why I wanted to keep the footage raw and as easy as possible for you guys to follow along is because I know sometimes when we go too fast, you might miss a step. And you know, after putting your lashes, or even when you put on your wig, you start feeling yourself. Honestly, that was me right here. I was in love. Now, next, I'm going to go ahead with this Maven highlighter. I got this also for $1 from Fashion Nova. And I'm just going to use this to highlight along my cheeks. I'm also going to highlight amongst my nose as well. And I'm also going to probably put it in the center of my eyes too, just to highlight in the areas that are already glistening and looking gorgeous. Now, there is snow outside right now in Canada, so you know, you need a good highlight, especially to go with that beautiful weather outside. I have little moles on my face, so I went back in with my little gel liner to highlight those. After that, I grabbed my Nicknak finishing spray. Finishing spray and setting spray are not the same thing. Use a finishing spray if you don't want your makeup to transfer everywhere. After I sprayed my face, I went back in with my little hand blow dryer and I went and dried my face with my fan. Blow dryer, girl, I meant fan. I hope y'all know what I meant. Anyway, I went ahead and dried off my face using that, and then I stepped back for a second and look. This is probably one of my favorite tutorials I've ever done for you guys on here, and I was super confident completing this look and saying, hey, you know what, if you guys follow this, you're gonna probably love it too. I think everything came out perfectly. I look stunning. My face is highlighted in the most perfect manner. I literally look like a filter. It looks like my makeup artist in my makeup. Like, look at this. I was so happy. My eyelids were glistening as well. Now, next, I went back on my Laura Mercier one more time, just so I realized I wanted a little bit more of a highlight just underneath my eyes here. So in this step, you can go ahead and correct anything you have to correct. If you want to use your finishing spray, again, you can. And this allows makeup not to transfer onto anything else. Notice my white shirt is still white. That's because that finishing spray helps you to not make your makeup go everywhere. So be sure to follow that step to avoid hugging people at Christmas time and getting makeup all over their clothes. But anyways, this is where I went ahead and just made sure I highlighted one more time. And this created such a striking look. And again, I used no foundation or anything like that, and it looks like full coverage. When I called my friend to show her my makeup, even she was surprised. She's like, what'd you use? I'm like, girl, just concealer. Just concealer. But I love this. I hope you guys did too. I will see you all again in another video very soon. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday. Bye.